everybody, it's Adele and welcome to my channel Sew for Serenity, where I talk to you about my sewing journey, my love for fabrics, patterns, dressmaking and just general life and sewing chit chat. So if that sounds of interest to you, please keep on watching. Welcome back to all my regular viewers, great to have you back here again, and thank you for continuing to come and watch my content. And if you're new here, I hope you like what you see and will consider subscribing. Welcome to my Friday Sews vlog. It's Friday the 8th of July today, and the Friday Sews hashtag was created by Jenny and Jen's Sewing Room, and it's a great way for you guys to be able to find sewing content on a regular basis. So I post one of these videos every single Friday to let you know what I've been doing the week that's passed in respect of sewing and what my plans are for the week ahead. So I hope you enjoy. So then, what have I been doing this week sewing related? Well, I haven't really got that much sewing to show you actually. I've had quite a quiet week in respect of sewing. I've been really busy at work. As I've shared before that I now work from home pretty much predominantly all the time. However, there are examples of where I do need to go into the office, and this week we've had a 3-day planning event at work, which is a big event at a big conference centre where we all get together as a team and plan. So it's very full on. It's an hour commute to the place where the event is being held, and yeah, I've just been absolutely shattered. So really tried to, you know, look after myself and not do too much sewing, and get to bed early, etc. So yeah, so there's not loads of sewing stuff to show you, but I have got some exciting stuff to talk about that I have been doing. So I did share on my Friday Sews last week that I was going on my second pattern drafting making course at the Crafty Sew So. The other week I went on the trouser drafting course, which was absolutely amazing, and this week I went on the bodice drafting workshop, and it was really, I knew it was going to be good, but it was even better than I expected. It was slightly different to the trouser drafting. With the trouser drafting, we got straight into making the trousers off the block that had been done for us, because the alterations were obviously much trickier on trousers than they are on a bodice. How the bodice workshop worked was we provided our measurements again so that Kath, the tutor, could create our standard block, our unique block for us, and she then, when we turned up, we got given our block on this grid paper. So we've got a front and a back here, and that was based on our measurements. And before we went into making the bodice in calico on that, we were given these little size 12 small scale, I don't know, half the scale bodices in a size 12, which was great. And what we used for these were, we spent the morning really looking at moving darts and seams, etc., and manipulation, which was just great. It was such great fun. So we got given this worksheet here, which is basically examples of different types of darts, where they could be placed. So these were the darts up here, and then these are all seams, and then these were gathers. And basically what we learnt was how to manipulate the dart to create these kind of design features basically. So the standard block here had these 2 darts in it, and basically what we did, we used 2 different methods to basically move those darts from that position into these darts here, or into these seams, or into these gathers. And it was just a kind of in awe moment. I was just like, oh, loads of gasps and stuff, and it was fantastic. I mean, I have got some photos which I'll put in, but I was so engrossed in the days, how the days was playing out, that, you know, I kept forgetting. So the 2 different methods, and I'm sure some of you are familiar with it, is the pivot method or the slash and spread method. So what we did, obviously we had this as our block that we used, and then what we did was we traced it out on this paper here, and by either using the pivot or the slash and spread method, what we did was we basically moved the dart from the top. This is to make a side dart. So what we did on this one was we had the standard one like this with the 2 darts, one at the top, and we were trying to make this dart here, this bust dart. So what we basically did here is we moved that dart and moved that dart, which opened up that dart there, and then that is your new pattern piece to have that dart. And then obviously when you make it 3D, you get that kind of shape like that. So yeah, the pivot method is where you trace round the bit that's not moving. So basically you trace round here up to the dart, and then what you do is to close the dart, you just pivot it using that as your pivot point, and then that will close, and then you draw around it again and do the same at the top and close it. The slash and spread method is where you draw out the whole thing as it is, and then you draw where you want the dart to be, and then close this up physically. Yeah, you draw where you want the dart to be, and then draw a line up to that point there, cut along that, and then literally just close up the old dart, which will create your new dart. So I hope that makes sense. And then yeah, the same for like gathers. The gathers one was really interesting. So with the gathers one, you move the dart from the bottom up to the top as your first thing that you did, and then what you did is you basically drew a line from the top for the gathers how you want them to be. So basically like that, you draw, so you just imagine that side, you kind of do like a sunshine kind of sun rays kind of design, and then you cut down them, and then you just split them out and gather them out, and then obviously when those all gather back in, you've got a lovely gather. I mean, it's hard to do it justice explaining it on here, but I now feel like if I got a bodice that was like this or had a side bust dart, I would be able to now, based on what I was taught, be able to change it to a princess seam if I wanted to. I could change it to, you know, if it had these darts, I could change it to a gather if I wanted to. You know, it's basically how you can manipulate that fabric to get the same fit with different design features. So that's really exciting that I know how to do that now, and I'm really keen to kind of give that a go with, you know, some simple ones. So after we'd done those suppression techniques, the next thing was to move on to making our calico bodice out of the block that had been created for us. So that was fairly simple, cutting out the fabric, sewing it all together, putting in the darts as we're drawn on our block, and then trying it on. Now I do have photographs of me wearing this, and then once we got it on, so here's my finished one, obviously hasn't got a zip in the back. We put it on and then we checked the fit, and I think the only thing, yeah, there's a couple of things that I had to have done. Took a little bit out of the top of the shoulder, and the biggest alteration that we did on mine was, if you can see, this line here. So basically what we discovered was my torso at the front is longer than my back. So what that basically, and I think it's to do with the curve of your spine, what that basically meant was, on my actual block, I had to take a good, let's have a look, what's that, inch and a half? A good inch and a half, let's measure it. That's a good inch and a half out of the back of the bodice, but keep the front as it was. So that really blew my mind, and then it fitted much better. Didn't take anything out the darts, and we took a little bit out of the side, so there was like, I don't know if you can see that pencil mark. So we didn't actually make the alterations to the top itself because they were so slight, but then I did make the adjustments to my pattern pieces, and then once I'd made those adjustments, I then created my actual card block. So this is without seam allowance. So if I wanted to use this, I would have to add my own seam allowance. The paper versions have got the seam allowance on, so I have got those. One thing that I haven't been able to do yet is compare this to a bodice on a dress, but I'm really keen to do that. Yeah, I mean, I've got that Vogue pattern 9075, I think it is, that had a princess seam bodice. So it'd be interested to see how this compares to that bodice, because I did have some problems in the back with that, and I'll be interested to see how that compared with the pattern. So I'll keep you posted on that, I think. But all in all, yeah, it was just an absolutely fantastic course. So that was my pattern drafting course, which was absolutely amazing. And if you want to find out more details about the pattern drafting courses and other courses that the Crafty Sew So do, I'll put the links down below in the notes section. And that course actually cost me £137, and yeah, it was just worth every single penny. I'm going to get a lot of use out of that, hopefully. Also, when I was there, Sarah, who is part owner of Crafty Sew So, she designs the patterns for Love Sewing magazine. If you subscribe to that magazine or buy that magazine, there's always a free pattern in there, and they obviously create that pattern for the Love Sewing magazine, and as a result they get a copy of the magazine every single month, and they get all the free patterns, paper patterns that are given away. And she had a big box of them, and she basically said, we get loads of these patterns, do you want to come and have a look and just help yourself? So it was free patterns. So obviously, so I said yes please, and I do subscribe to Love Sewing magazine, but I haven't subscribed for that long. I thought that there probably would be some patterns that I'd got, but there probably would be some other ones that I hadn't, and I actually picked up 5 patterns actually. So I thought I'd show you them because it's a bit of a pattern haul, but didn't cost me any money, which we all love. So this one is the first one, which was from Sewaholic Patterns, and I've never made a Sewaholic pattern, but I just thought it was a really simple, beautiful elasticated waist dress with ties at the top. It's a self-lined bodice, elastic waistline and centre back zipper closure. It features inseam pockets, a flared skirt, adjustable spaghetti straps that tie in a bow over the shoulder. So yeah, that sounds lovely. It's for lightweight woven fabrics, rayon chalet, polyester crepe, chamoose, lightweight jersey knits. So you can actually make it in a jersey and a I didn't know that. Actually make it in a jersey and a woven, so that's amazing. And it's called the Salt Spring Dress. Salt Spring Dress. Yeah, really, really nice that is. And it comes in a size 0 to 16, so not a massive size inclusive range, but I mean, it might be that there's bigger sizes online, I'm not sure. Just having a look at the size in here. It says fabric requirements for the short dress. It's got it in yards, so 2 1/4 yards, so 2 meters I'm sure will be fine. For view B, I reckon about 3 meters, which is a longer version. Yeah, I think I'd sit in the size 10, bust 36, waist 30, hip 42. Yeah, it's obviously a loose fit round the top, so yeah, that's a really lovely pattern. It doesn't look much on the front, but yeah, the fact you can make it in jersey, that's really amazing too. So that was the first one that I picked up. And then the next one was a McCall's pattern, which was basically this shirt dress called Josie. And that's the pictures on the front. And the line drawings, there's 3 different versions, isn't there? There's the short version with no dip hem, which is version A, which is the one I actually like. There's version B, which is with a tie and a bit longer. And then there's version C, which is the dipped hem. Or the split hem, sorry, which is on the picture. That is absolutely lovely, and I really want to make that. I think I've got some fabric in mind. I don't know, I have to have a think about that one. And that is for view A, which is the one I think I'd make. It's saying, let's have a look, 1.9 meters of fabric on that. And it says for shirting fabrics, poplin, linen, seersucker. And obviously if you've got stripes and stuff, you might need extra fabric. So yeah, really like that one. Now the next one I got, I don't know if I'll make it. I think I was probably looking at the dungaree short version. I'm not sure I like a flared leg at all, but we'll see. So it was this one here, which is called, it's just the M7547. And yeah, the different line drawings are there. So you've got the trouser version, which I quite like the tapered leg trouser version. So I do quite like that. And I like the short dungarees. It's just whether you could do, I suppose you could, the tapered leg on the dung. I'm not a lover of the flare. Although I am I do like retro things. But yeah, flare, bootleg, not really my cup of tea really. So it says jeans and overalls, close-fitting jeans and overalls have a faux, a fly front, lap zipper side, opening, patch pocket and leg variations. Stretch denim, stretch wovens, twill and denim. So I have got some stretch twill that I purchased, which I'll show you in a bit, that I purchased from Crafty Sew So. So I will show you that in a second. That might work for those trousers, and I think actually I feel confident enough to give these a go. I'll probably twirl them first though. I don't want to cut into my twill because it wasn't, it's a nice fabric. So yeah, that's another free pattern that I got. And then the next one is a jumpsuit, no surprise there. And this has got 3 views as well. It's called, it's patterns designed for beginners, so that's quite good. It's a petite romper jumpsuit with belt. They have a front invisible zip. Well, that's unusual, isn't it? So the different views there. View A is the romper, which is that one at the front. View B has got the patch pockets on the front and an invisible zip up the front, I think. And then view C just looks like it's not got the pockets on it and not got a tie on it. And then view D is, I think that, so view C and B are cropped and view D is a long leg version, but it's quite unique, isn't it, having the zip at the front? It's quite interesting. So yeah, I really like that. And it just says learn to insert a visible dipper, learn to insert a invisible zipper, learn to sew facings and learn to sew about. So yeah, I mean, that's quite a nice pattern. Again, I might give that a go because it's got a different design feature. So it says for linen, twill, crepe and chalet. Let's have a look at the sizes. I mean, it would probably put me in a 12 to 14, but as we know, these McCall's patterns come up big. Finished garment measurements, 42.5. Yeah, possibly need to make a 12 to 14 and then take it in. Fabric for the short is a short romper is 2 on wide fabric, and then 2.7 to 3 for the longer version. But that's really nice. And then this one I thought was just lovely because it's got different sleeve combinations. I really liked the opening front, and I also liked the slits up the side. Pattern hacking it's called actually. So this is the dress. It's in a lovely cobalt blue on the front. It says it can be made with chambray, chamois, cotton lawn, cotton types, crepe de chine, dotted switch, well basically everything. Gauze, lightweight linen fabric, shirtings, silky types. It's got an invisible zipper, slit option, invisible zipper, and then the slit option, elastic cord. Yeah, so there's lots of different options. So there's different length options there, and then there's different sleeve options. I quite like the no sleeve look really. I'm not a lover of a flounce, which is that one. The fabric requirements for a wide fabric, got it in yards. So for the long dress it's 2 yards and 5/8. And then for the short or midi dress it's 2 yards. So yeah, I think I like the long one. but midi's nice too, isn't it? I don't know, there's lots of possibilities there. So yeah, I thought that was really nice. So all of those patterns I got free, which was just amazing. So yeah, I kind of felt like I got my money's worth from that course. Right then, so that was what I did at the weekend. What have I been doing in the week? Well, in the week you will have seen that I got my Think Pink subscription box. I actually got it after everybody else, and I had to resist all weekend watching Ruan, Yorkshire Sew Girl, and Helen at Stitched Up. Helen at Stitch Rip Repeat, looking at hers, and I did really resist, and I'm so glad that I did. And then I'll link my unboxing. I filmed the unboxing and then was so inspired by the fabric, I actually got it washed and sewn up before I even uploaded the vlog. So I uploaded the vlog on Wednesday evening, and it also includes my make. So I didn't go into it in loads of detail because I said I'd go into it in more detail here. So the fabric in my Think Pink subscription box by Andrew and Kerry from Beyond the Pink Door was this beautiful candy striped cotton jersey, organic cotton jersey, that was so soft, and I knew straight away I wanted to make either I wanted to make the Molly top from Sew Over It, but I don't have that ebook, and I just thought, oh, can I justify purchasing it? And I thought, actually, the Mandy boat tee, which is a free pattern from Tessuti Patterns, has a similar look. It's not as tight fitting and it's a bit more boxier, which is what I like. And the thing that I really wanted to get was this kind of grown on sleeve with then the stripe going in the alternate way. And this gave me that, and I knew that I printed this pattern out and got it all cut out and stuck together and cut out. So I thought that'd be perfect. So it seems it's a beginner pattern as well, and yeah, seemed quite straightforward. So the sizing on the Mandy boat tee I have got here, it's in centimetres, but the sizes isn't massive. They do a size 1, 2, 3 and 4. The size 1 is XXS to XS, and the size which starts at an 81 centimetre bust, a 69 centimetre waist and a 91 centimetre hip, and goes up to an XXL. My size, I went for the size small to medium, which even if I wasn't as big as I was now, I probably still would make that. That's a small to medium, that's what I would buy and are ready to wear anyway. So that was 91 to 96 centimetres in the bust, and then the hip 101 to 106 centimetres. It takes, for the 3/4 length sleeve, it takes 1.1 metres of fabric. On a wide fabric, and for the long sleeve it just takes 1.2. so I actually have quite a lot of fabric left. I don't know what I've done with it. Yeah, I've got a bit of fabric left, so I'm going to make something for Alice out of that. You know, probably a little dress or something, or some leggings maybe, because I've got quite a bit left. And this is my make. So the Mandy boat tee has obviously got a boat neck, which I really like. Actually, this ready to wear top that I've got today is a bit of a boat neck as well. So, and the sleeves I've put on there. I used the Mariflex thread that I got in the pack to do the hemming, and I'm really pleased with that. It came out really well. I've got a lovely neat hem at the bottom. Because it's stripes, obviously I wanted to make sure it was the same all the way round. I think I've done a really good job of matching up my stripes. Just show you. You know, they're really good. And yeah, I just love it. I got this, there was 2 different motifs that came in the boxes, iron-on motifs. I got the lovely sewing machine, which I'm really pleased about. The other one was lovely too. It was a cotton and thread in like a peachy colour, but this is just perfect for me. I loved it. So I ironed that onto the top, and it went on a dream. And then I put in this Sewing Rocks label in the side seam, and it's got a lovely little sewing machine, and that is from Sew Anonymous. They've got 15% off their labels at the moment as well, so if you're thinking of getting some, go over to them. And the good thing about Sew Anonymous is they do pick a mix, so you don't have to buy a pack of all the same labels. You can do a pick a mix, basically like the old sweet shop. Choose which labels you want. I think they do it in 6 and 10 packs, and you can get 15% off that at the moment. I'm not in any affiliation with Sew Anonymous, I just love their labels. I'll insert a picture of me wearing it. The reason why I haven't got it on now is I wore it all day yesterday and it's been in the wash. Well, it's in the wash, this is like dirty, so I didn't really want to put it back on. But yeah, I'm just really happy with it. Really soft, really comfy. Yeah, and I've got some photographs that I can show you. It just makes me happy, this top. I did share that, you know, I wouldn't have purchased this fabric because I'm not someone who would go for bright colours like this, but it just brings me joy. When I opened the box and saw it, I just thought, oh, it's so cute. And yeah, this is my new sewing little top that I think it just this top basically just sums up how sewing makes me feel. Just makes me feel happy and bright and alive. And yeah, so yeah, this is my happy sewing top. So thank you, Angela and Keris, for bringing this little bit of joy into my life. And as I say, that Tessuti pattern is a free pattern, and it's just great. That one and the Monroe turtleneck are both free patterns that you can get from Tessuti. In my last Friday sews, I said I was going to do a sew along, my first ever sew along, not a live one, but I will be doing a recorded sew along. And I put up on the my community page 3 different dresses: the Nina dress by Fibre Mood, the Dragon Fruit dress by Maya, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, and then the Cisco dress by Named Patterns. And initially it was the Fibre Mood one was heading out ahead, but the Cisco dress by Named Patterns actually came out the winner, which is this dress here. It's got this beautiful wrap front detail with a keyhole here and a cutout bottom, so midriff, which I think is really nice, and it's a jersey pattern. You can have a top or a skirt dress version. And the fabric, oh, let me just reach it, the fabric that has won is this beautiful cotton jersey with this rose gold detail, leaf detail on this navy background that I got from fabricstory, which I'm a brand ambassador for. And yeah, I've washed this, just getting it dry, and the plan is on my annual leave on Monday I will be filming my sew along. I'm taking the whole day just to film it, so hopefully it will be uploaded next week for you to watch. And I'm really pleased. I don't think there's many sew alongs up for this dress because it's a brand new dress pattern. You know, I don't think there's any point filming sew alongs for patterns that've got loads of sew alongs. So we'll see how we get on. We'll see you will get to see a little bit of my sewing process or lack of process. You'll get to see me probably swearing a lot, which I'll beep out. So yeah, it should be good fun. So I'll be interested to know your thoughts. So that won the sew along, and that will be obviously what I'll be working on next week. I have, as I say, I printed out the pattern and I'm currently sticking that together. So that's what I've done last week as well. The other thing that I have been doing is I have printed off a few other patterns to get stuck together and lined up. So I've printed off the Carolyn pyjamas, I've printed off the heather blazer, I've printed off the trousers, the Waves and Wild lightning leggings and t-shirts in the larger sizes for my older girls because I'm making them some pyjamas. Yeah, I've printed off quite a lot and I've got all that sticking together to do. The Carolyn pyjamas, I've printed that pattern off because if those of you that watch So Do It Emma, she's a wonderful vlogger who I love immensely. She just makes me chuckle and she brings me joy watching her. We're doing a collaboration in July where we're going to make the Carolyn pyjamas. So yeah, I've printed off that pattern and need to get cracking with that. So yeah, watch this space for our pyjamas. I'm not sure what view she's going to make. I know what I'm doing. I'm doing the full shebang, long trousers, long sleeves and piping. So yeah, I'm really excited about that one. So yeah, so I've been printing off a lot of patterns, getting them all stuck together because I like to have those patterns ready to cut out. I printed off another pattern, which is the Pookie Swing dress by 1984 Designs, which is this lovely circle skirt dress for Alice, which I will be looking to sew up, so I'll talk about that in a minute. So yeah, that's what I've been doing this week. As I say, just been taking it a little bit easier. Oh my god, I just completely forgot to tell you about. I've actually been, you know, my sewing room, you probably can see it's like evolving as I film each vlog. I painted and finished off all the painting in the room the other day, and I have also created some wonderful little curtains to kind of hide the mess that is under the sewing table. So this sewing table is a great sewing table. It's I'm just going to show you. It's got like a little lower ledge, so you can have the sewing machine flush with the table so that it doesn't drag your fabric. But the underneath of the sewing machine table is not very aesthetically pleasing, let's say. It's like metal, and I've got boxes and bags and projects in progress under there. It's actually not looking that messy. I'll just show you it now, actually. Let me just untake the camera off. That's right, so this is my sewing table, and I will just show you what's underneath it. So as you can see, I mean, it's not too bad, but you know, you don't really want all this on display. And obviously I've got fabric in these boxes, and the sun blaring down will distort that fabric if it's exposed. So what I've done is I've made these wonderful little curtains that cover it all up, and it matches the theme of the room. So I've made those all the way round. Hopefully you can see that. Round the front as well. And then obviously I can just move them aside to get under it. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. So how I've attached it is I've got like these, I don't know if you can see, this it's what you use put your neck curtains on, isn't it? And they're attached to these kind of stick-on attachments. I don't know what they're called, but I'll link everything in the comments below if you're interested. But yeah, I think that just looks really nice. I'm really happy with it, and it now just looks tidy, even though it's messy. Oh, right, so I've put you back there. So yeah, the fabric that I made it in is this cotton fabric that I got from my Stitch and Ink subscription box last month. Now I was going to use this to make the fringe dresses, me and Alice matching fringe dresses, because I got that pattern in the box, but I was looking for a fabric to do this with because I didn't have one that matched in my stash. And what I realised was this fabric just completely matched the green that I've painted the wall. So I just thought, what's the point of buying a new fabric when I've got one in my stash? And it's just worked perfectly. And I've got a little bit left over to make a cushion cover for the cushion that goes on my chair over there. So yeah, so I have been doing sewing, but it's been more, it hasn't been clothing, it's been homeware. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I've got one final thing to do in the room. I've got to put the skirting board on, and then I think I'll be ready to do a sewing room tour for you guys to show you, you know, what I've got in the different boxes, how I've got everything set up. So yeah, watch this space, that will be coming soon as well. So moving on quickly then, what are my plans for this week? Well, as I mentioned, I've printed off this Pookie swing dress, which is for Alice. I had this fabric left over from my ebony tee, which is a lovely viscose jersey, and I'm going to make Alice this Pookie dress in this fabric. You need, for the 2-year-old, I think you need 1 metre of fabric. Yeah, it's 1 metre up until 6 years old. For the mini and for the midi you need a bit more, but I'm going to make the midi version, and yeah, out of this fabric. Just seeing if it's got line drawings. It might not have, actually. Bear with me a second. Oh, there we go. So you can see that that's the dress. It's like a lovely twirly dress with no sleeves, so that should be quite quick to make. So I really want to get that sewn up this week. And that viscose jersey was from my Little Miss So and So subscription box that I'm a brand ambassador for, which I get in return for an honest review. And I made the ebony tee by Closet Core, and I had quite a bit left over from that. The other thing that I'm still in work in progress with is my Sew Over It trousers. They just look a bit naff at the moment, but I've basically tapered them in now to give them a better fit, and I'm quite happy with the fit on those now. So I think my next steps are to convert the amount I've took out of the sides onto the pattern pieces, and then I will see whether that puts me closer to the size down or not, and see whether it's a matter of grading between the sizes. I will then finish the seams and put the invisible zip in and the facing, and I should have a wearable twirl then, so that's really exciting. So I'll keep posted on those. Other things that I've got, I have got a few things to finish off. I've got the green fabric jersey that I purchased from Once Upon a Fabric that I've got all cut out for the amber vest and lightning legging shorts from Waves and Wild that I need to sew up. I've also got the Be Curious pattern that I cut out in this beautiful cotton dobby that I got from Higgs and Higgs with the strawberries that I need to sew up. It's all cut out and ready to sew. And that's it really. Oh, the other good thing that I wanted to tell you about, I won another competition. Can you believe it? So I entered this, quite a few entries into the Sew Fruity 22 challenge run by Yvette at Blossom Sandwich, and I actually won. So the little set that I made in the strawberry fabric from Crafty Sew So, I actually won. Obviously it was a random prize entry, but yeah, I won, and I got a £25 gift voucher for Hey Sew Sister, so I'm really excited, and I haven't spent it yet. I'm being really cautious with what I want to buy with it, and I might even wait a little bit. I'm thinking maybe use it towards you know, really special fabric for something that I really want to do. I've had a look through the website and I could have purchased loads of fabrics, but yeah, I'm going to hang off a little bit, but I'm really pleased that I won that. It's nice. That's the second thing that I've won now through an Instagram challenge, so yeah, very excited about that. So yeah, that's it from me. Big plans this week, hope to do a lot more sewing, and yeah, I look forward to sharing what I've done next week. So if you've liked this video, please click the like button. If you don't subscribe, please consider subscribing. It means the world to me when my subscribers go up. And please feel free to comment. I have caught up on all my comments now, got a bit behind last week, so I do apologise, but I do read every single comment and I do respond to every single comment, and I love hearing what you've got to say. And I had some really lovely messages about what I shared about my mum, and I didn't share that, you know, to get those messages, but it was nice that people, you know, could empathise or took notice of what I'd said and appreciated. You know, it's quite difficult, you know, place to be in really when you've got a poorly parent. So yeah, and thank you so much for all the love that I received about that. And yeah, so that's it. If you want to support my channel even more, you can support my Ko-fi account, where everything that goes into there is put back into the channel in either equipment or content. So yeah, that's everything from me, and I hope you have a wonderful week of sewing. Take care. Bye for now. Happy sewing.